Hi, my name is Andre. I'm a long-time dirt bike motorcycle rider. Probably like 15 years. Pretty hard off-road. Some racing. I have 2 bikes and lots of mountain bikes. And I do a lot of experimentation with different tires. This is a Dunlop DOT. I think recently discontinued. I think it's called a 907. These are 908 Dunlops. These are my favorite small bike tire in 10 or 110 size. I run 18 and everything. They're called a Bridgestone 604. Here's another 908 TKC 80. Came with my bike, brand new, great dual sport tire, a little bit narrow. This is a fatty. This is a Bridgestone 603. Just awesome tires. This is just what I have here right now. It's just various tubes and gear. So I kind of like hyper and micro analyze, and everyone has their own opinion, but I think this is the best setup for this kind of bike on the market, period. So basically Tusk has a brand new tire called the Waypoint. It's a dual sport. It's got a nice rounded profile, and the knobs are just a little bit tighter, but it's still a knobby. It's great on the road and just awesome. And then I'm in Utah. This is my bike strictly for running off-road. So I run a pure knobby or pretty close to it. And this is my favorite front tire. It's the Kenda Washugal II. And they're both DOT. I run 3mm tubes always. I run like 12 to 14 PSI up front and probably like 11 to 12 in the rear. And that's it. And I'm still a pretty big guy. I weigh 210. I have never, ever flatted with that setup. I'm not cautious. I run fast. I've gotten like 6th place out of 60 in a race before. And I stopped running 501 KTM 500 style bikes, mostly because these 701s, at least maybe just because I'm so big or whatever, but they pick up easily. They haul a load a little bit better. The suspension's excellent. It just does everything well. And so I never thought I would go a little bit more dual sporty with my tires. But that's what I've done. They clean out great. I'm pretty pleased with my various tires. So I pretty much always run a fatty up front, and that takes out just a little bit of the harshness. You can see like some of the tire clearance there is a little bit tight, and that's okay. But it's just a great setup. What I like about this tire is it's just really stiff rubber, and including the side compounds, and then it has just a decent amount of knobs here just for the side. So 90% of this is because I started just riding to the trail, and I used to trailer everywhere with my 500, or 70 miles or whatever. It was just kind of a slog. It's hard to see because my mountain bike trailer or bike hauler is in the way, but that's my motorcycle trailer, pretty heavy duty with 1-ton axles, and so I can get 3 or 4 bikes on there. But this bike, 701, kind of do it all, and I just love this setup. The Rade, all this came with it pretty much. The 701, this Rade thing is lighter than the stock headlight. These Cycra Barkbuster mounts. These are the ProGrip Rally. I think they're called like the 714 grips. They're freaking amazing. They're big, fat, soft, and comfortable. They're the ultimate grips. They're made in Italy. Kind of hard to find other than they're on Amazon. I still run just IMS lowering pegs. There's a lot of good pegs on the market now. Vanesche everything. So I run the Vanesche case saver, the Vanesche plate, and that slides right in here. I have the dongle so my kickstand doesn't have to be down all the time. So my only criticism with the 701 is I kind of have to make it stupid. I don't run any traction control or anything. I'm just kind of old school. And then in 2021, they reduced the suspension by 1 inch. So I prefer the longer travel, older suspension. So this one's a 2021. So I'm gonna actually swap out this suspension for an older one to get an additional inch. And then those are a slightly shittier, more harsh 4CS fork, whereas these are 10 inches of travel Explorers. Everything's been resprung. I have the X-Trig preload that I never ever use. Just don't even bother using it. So kind of a waste of money. And I think that's it that I can think of with this bike. Oh, I have the K again, because I am running on the street sometimes. It's nice to take a break from throttle. So I have the Kaoko cruise control. I do like a little thing just for my wallet and crap. And this is mostly for running around town when I'm going hard off-road. That comes off. Seat concept seat, just the regular height. And then I used to have like a Reckless style bag. You can see some of the markings in the plastic. Oh, this Vanesche fuel filler killer as well. And then the PeRun rack, which is good. I'm gonna actually get a bigger one. Again, I feel like a dual sporty kind of douchebag, but it doesn't really weigh anything and it makes stuff way more durable. So I now run 10-liter Nelson Rigg drybags that I just strap right on here, one on each side. I kind of go minimalist style, maybe something small here. I'm gonna do something a little bit bigger because they have an add-on that I can add to get a little more surface area here. And that's it. And the bike, I don't notice it. We're talking like 5-6 pounds on the back. I don't notice it at all. And this setup, this tire setup, everything does really, really well. It clears out great. I've run it through mud, all sorts of stuff. The clay that we get out in the desert, you name it, and it all works great. So I don't think there's a better tire setup on the market for a dual sporty off-road style, and it works so well that I don't ever use anything else anymore after lots and lots of experimentation. And rear tires to me matter less. Basically any tire is pretty good as long as it just has good bite and mud and loose sand, and that's it. The slightly added weight of the 7.1 actually helps with that. So like running a shitty TKC 80 in the rear, totally fine. So my philosophy is always have a tire that outperforms the rear so you can get more stability for side hills, etc. So I pretty much go for more of a knobby up front and then just don't really worry about the rear. And in the rear, really I just focus on comfort. And so boom, that's an ultra comfortable knobby tire. So huge fan. Just thought I'd mention it, and message or comment for any questions.